most people tend to hate the things that are actually good early on. For example, many of the most successful people in the world, the most people who changed the world the most, were hated before they were loved. On the contrary, most people tend to love those that are bad for them. Obviously they don't deserve at any time to be loved, but quite too early are quick to love them. For example, people like Bernie Madoff, who scammed the US public of over $50 billion. Any simple fact check would show that this guy was a scam, but everybody loved him, so why would you even doubt? So almost always, by the way, this is also perfectly aligns with stock trading as well. When the public thinks that a stock is about to go up or that it's hot, it's usually a sign that it's going to crash. When the public thinks it's going to crash, it's usually a sign that it's going to go up. Warren Buffett says that when people are scared, you should be brave. When people are brave, you should be scared. So everything is upside down in our society. And so many things that I've experienced, so many good things I've done, so many good investments, so many people I knew, so many decisions I made were almost exclusively against what was considered normal, sensible in any way, encouraged either by my friends or by everyone I knew or by the general public, as a whole. So in these days, when I see something that's getting a lot of hate, like everybody fucking wants to destroy it, my first assumption is that this thing quite possibly could be the very best thing I've ever encountered in my life. Because if you noticed in life, things that are good, inherently good, it's usually very clear that they're good, and the more good they are, usually the more hated they are at the beginning. On the contrary, you also see that things that people appreciate and love the most, think TV, newspaper, comfort, you probably have your own list of stuff, but everything that is appreciated is usually the opposite. So most of my life was just a process of reversing things. Everybody's like, okay, go get a job, go get a degree. So I'm like, okay, so if everybody's pointing this way, I'm gonna go that way. So I didn't get a degree, I didn't get a job, I barely, if at all, finished school. And I just went and became independent. I got a really good job, by the way. I got a job heading, basically managing over $250,000 in annual budgets on Facebook, just running Facebook campaigns for a huge company in Israel, without any degrees. But after I did that, I was like, okay, let's go be independent. Fuck, I don't like this path. Anything that people told me, don't approach women. Approaching women is bad. Well, that's apparently how I met the most amazing women in my life. Don't waste your money. Don't invest it on this guy or this guy. And I'm like, well, that's the best investments I've ever made. So, meat is good. Eat meat, eat dairy, stuff like that. Well, I became a vegan. Obviously, not in spite, not for these purposes, but just goes to show you, like, everything is upside down. And I actually just posted a quote by Thomas Jefferson today in my Instagram account, which, by the way, you should follow. It's really good. I upload 3 times a day. And he says, that the person who doesn't read the newspaper is more educated. If somebody doesn't read anything, he's more educated than the guy who reads only the newspaper. I'm like, wow, that's a smart guy. So my conclusion is that anytime you see something that gets a lot of fucking hate, and everybody's criticizing it, trying to bring it down, everybody's like, oh, it's a scam, it's a fraud, and everybody's trying. For example, Tai Lopez, everybody's like, is he a scam? Is he a scam artist? Is he trying to fuck you over? Dude, this is a great fucking guy, and they're not even talking about his high-end programs, or the fact that he posts content every day, or the fact that he made like 67 videos that are each like an hour long, heavily researched, and you can fully get a refund. No, but he's a scam because he might charge you a monthly fee that you can cancel anyway. So yeah, and they're like, oh, like, does he rent his Hollywood mansion? Oh yes, and the Lamborghini, it has to be a rental. And then he goes and buys like a Rolls Royce, a Ferrari, and a Maserati on top of it. And it's like, okay, so let's say he does rent it. So dude, it costs like 20,000 grand to rent that shit. Like that already puts him in a pretty cool place. So yeah, he got bashed, and Grant Cardone gets bashed a lot, and again, I know this is gonna be kind of controversial, but Scientology gets bashed a lot. The shit that's like the most helpful in this universe, the best opinions are always kept silent. So whenever you see somebody, like something that's socially acceptable to criticize, like if it's socially acceptable to criticize something, or to understand why it's a fraud or something, whenever that's socially acceptable, it means that this is probably where you want to go, because you don't want to be where the masses are at. Trust me, that's like the worst possible place you could want to be. So, and once the opinions kind of flip, it's a bit too late. It's too late for that, because once everybody was like, oh yeah, Bernie Madoff, like once that shit hits the news, it's too late, because now everybody already got fucked over, so it's politically correct to talk about it. So I hope this video helps and makes a lot of sense to you. It helps you kind of make better life decisions. Again, go against the flow. The more something is socially acceptable, the less value it usually has. The less socially acceptable, the more value it probably has. This doesn't mean that you need to go into some fringe society weird shit. It just means that if you have paid attention to something, if something has piqued your interest, then reverse the equation. Instead of asking yourself, okay, what does the general public think about this? Ask yourself the opposite. Like, why would they resist it so much? Like, why are people so hating on it? And for example, if you see a book that looks really good, I don't look at the reviews ever. If the book looks good to me, I mean, I might do like a quick check in on the reviews, but mostly, if I see the reviews and they're bad, then it just means there might be something there. Like the more the reviews are like, oh, this book is fucking horrible, I fucking hate it, like, and the reason for that is because if somebody hates on something, it means it has gotten this person's attention. So you won't hate on something that just sucks. You hate on something that sucks and made you emotionally respond. So always ask yourself, like, why did that person respond like that, like so intensively to this organization or book or person? Usually it's because that person is like talking about bettering yourself or presents an idea of how to improve your life, and this person sort of gave up on this area. So anything, like, the more straightforward, the more effective it is, the teaching, so-called teaching, the more that person will like really get, fucking pissed, because if you're right, if you're honest, oh my god, like, it means that guy needs to change his fucking life, and he's too scared to do that, so he'd rather hate. So again, also pay attention to the amount of hate. Like, why is this getting so much hatred? Why are people paying this much emotional attention? Why are they investing so much in this? If it was just bad, nobody would look at it. Why are people looking at it? What do the people that look at it say? Some people might talk about something like, oh, these are the fanboys, or it's a cult, or they basically demean the people that are in there. People who like Tai Lopez are idiots, or people who are in Scientology, they're part of a cult. So it's easy words to kind of group people into one category, so that you don't have to take responsibility to actually explain why they're there. So you basically lower their intelligence. Like, yeah, these guys are stupid, and that's why they're there. But that's really showing what you think of human society in general, because with all due respect, the masses are usually stupid. When there's the majority of people are somewhere, that's usually the place that's dumb, that you don't want to be at. But when a select group of people, I'm not talking about 10 people, I'm talking about like thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people are into something, then there might be something there, because you're part of the 1% too. You're part of the special group of people who are actually developing themselves, if you've gotten this far. So where you see groups of people that are like thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, small groups that the masses are hating, these kinds of groups could actually be the embodiment of what you need, what you're looking for. So be in the fringes, be in the sides of society. That's good. That's good, because that's where you're going to get the juice, the information from the people who are like you, because you're definitely not going to get it from TV. Hope this video helps. If you haven't checked out Tai Lopez or don't know who he is, which is weirdly odd, definitely check him out. Really, really cool guy. Regarding my comments about Scientology, they have these, it's called a basic course. It costs like $40, $30. You can basically go, if you have like a local Scientology thing, you can go there, and they basically teach you, they give you like these life-changing courses that you actually study yourself for like $30, $40, that teach you about communication, how to go through ups and downs in life. They teach you how to avoid negative people, just extremely like logical and formula stuff. Like if somebody is negative, do this and this and this. If your life isn't the way you want it to be, do this and this. This is how you develop ethics. So I really love that. Like, I haven't really done anything deeper than that, but just for that, I mean, dude, that shit cost me like I think $200 for like 5 of these courses. Dude, changed my life. Like, changed my fucking life, honestly, because I actually took them in the worst time of my life, and like they helped me a shit ton. So I can't really say anything about, anything deeper than that. But I can say about what I have experienced. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to tell me. That's it. Thanks for watching in.